For the fire tabs and structure fire tab under additional reports, when filling out a fire report, this will be filled out anytime that there is a 100 section for building fires, structure fires, fires in a structure other than a building, those types of reports. You'll need to fill out the additional reports fire and structure fire tab. Under the fire tab, you're going to enter in the number of residential living units. So if this is just a single residential structure, it would just be one. When it comes to like apartments or somewhere that has multiple, like a duplex, it'd be two. Even though it's just one building, like on a duplex, there's two different living units in one building. If it is some type of grass fire or something like that, it'd be not residential and no buildings involved. Then you'd put in the acres burned, less than one, none, so on and so forth. As far as the on-site materials, as is stated in NEFRs, if no significant amount of commercial, industrial, agriculture, or energy products or materials are stored on this property, mark the none box. So this would be for your commercial setting. When there's a large amount of product on site, whether it was involved in the fire or not, you would list those items at that point. If it's not a significant amount, then you can just hit none and move on. Under the fire side of this, we will also have a PDF that goes over these types of items. It's the fire module NEFRs 2. This PDF will be in the folder with this, so you can refer back to it and go over some of the items that are in that section: ignition, cause of ignition, factors contributing to ignition, human factors contributing to ignition, so on and so forth. Area of fire origin. Again, use your find button. So if it's in the bathroom, lavatory, locker room, so on and so forth. Heat source. If you're unable to determine a heat source, or if someone didn't see it, always go with undetermined, but do not use undetermined as a way of just simplifying this report. Be sure to do your investigation at a fire scene so that you can determine if it was. After the investigation, if it's undetermined, then go ahead and mark undetermined. Items first ignited. Again, if it's undetermined, then use undetermined, but if you can judge it or determine that something was ignited first, then we need to put that into this report. Cause of fire, cause of ignition, again, like Big A says, unless you're 100% sure the cause of ignition, it was cause undetermined after investigation. Factors contributing to ignition, human factors contributing to ignition, fire suppression factors. Again, if any of these are part of this, be sure to list them. If not, then none, none, and none. If a car is on fire, this is where you would go in and put the mobile property involvement. If you go to a car fire, be sure to add this in here. What type of car, VIN number. VIN number is important on this section under a car fire. This is where the state gets that kind of reporting back to the manufacturers, and they issue recalls if there is a large amount of fires due to a certain type of vehicle. So be sure on your vehicle fires, if you can get it, get the VIN number and all the other information, the make, the model, license plate, so on and so forth. If a piece of equipment is on fire, that's when you would add this in. Under other reports, you don't necessarily have anything here that we would put in there. We're not going to attach any kind of coroner's or police report or auction report or any other report, so you can just skip over the other reports section on the fire report. Click save, and that box turns green and you're complete with that one.